Hello everyone, and welcome to week 4 of WordPress and module 11 of the course. This week will be all about the Gutenberg Editor and creating content through blocks. The textbook gives you step-by-step instructions to create your posts, so I'm going to do a general overview of the reading and your assigned tasks so you know what you have to do. To start working with Gutenberg blocks, you want to find the Posts icon on your sidebar and click Add Post. You'll add a title to your post. I'll call this Resume. When you want to add a block, you click on the plus sign, where you can search for a specific block to use. I'll add a paragraph, and I'll type out some information. When you hit enter on your keyboard, it prompts you to add a new block. Clicking on a block will give you this tab bar, which the textbook goes into further detail on. However, the .com version of WordPress moves around some of the tabs, so you might need to search around a bit for them when the textbook talks about them. For example, the textbook mentions changing the text and background colors by using this drop-down menu, but for the free .com version, the color formatting is on this sidebar here. And the sidebar opens and closes when you click this settings square. Other blocks you can choose from include image and gallery. When you want to add an image, you're prompted to either upload one from your desktop, select an image from your media library, generate one with AI, or insert one from a URL. I'll select an image and add one from my media library. When you click on the image, you're given a tab bar with different abilities, which the textbook also goes into greater detail on. And you'll notice these sidebar settings are different as well. Some of the settings might not be available to you. Like for a paragraph, the style settings aren't here, but typography, dimensions, borders, and advanced settings are, which the textbook talks about. Once you've gone through all those, you'll learn how to create reusable blocks, which you can do by clicking on one of your blocks, clicking these 3 dots here, and then clicking Create Pattern. You can name it and give it a category and then click Add. Once you've done that, you can click this little blue plus sign at the top and then click Patterns, and anyone that you've saved will be down here. You can also add media and add blocks from this whole tab bar as well. The textbook then goes into detaching blocks from your pattern and grouping different blocks so they can act together. You can move blocks around by clicking these 6 dots. And you could also insert blocks in between blocks by clicking this plus sign. And you can delete blocks that you no longer want. The rest of this chapter talks about different blocks, what they do, and how to use them. I believe the only blocks you can't use are ones that have a little pink dot next to them, like this one here. Once you've read and learned about adding different blocks, the next thing you'll learn is publishing your post. You'll want to open the settings sidebar and make sure you click on Post. From here, you can add categories and tags to your post so they're easier to find. You can set a featured image and you can add a little excerpt. This will be good if you're writing a blog post or if you add one of your featured works in a portfolio. You can edit the slug, change the template, which will affect all of your posts, or you can trash a post if you no longer want it. And when you're done, you can click on Publish. And then view your published post. You'll notice that there's a header and a footer, which weren't there when you were editing the post. They're part of your template. Here's your post title. Here's where the categories and tags will be. And here are my blocks. Some of this might look different for you if you changed your settings like the textbook had you do a couple weeks ago, or if you have a different theme template. If you aren't happy with your post, you can click on Edit Post at the top. And it will bring you back to your editor. The last thing to note is the code editor. Now, you aren't required to code anything in this class, but if you have experience, you're welcome to. And it's just good to know where it is and what it does. If you click on the 3 dots next to Publish, now it says Save. And you scroll down, you can click Code Editor. When you do, it gives you the HTML code of your post, and you can edit it to add blocks. So I'm gonna add an extra paragraph here. I'm going to click Save. And then if I open these 3 dots back up and click Visual Editor, it'll take me back and it shows the new block that I added. And that's it for the Gutenberg Editor. You can click on the W at the top of the page to bring you back to your dashboard. The final bit of reading is about editing and revising your posts. You can hover over the post. You want to edit and click Edit. Or if you have a lot of posts, you can click on the search bar. You can also revert your post back to a previous version by looking at your revisions and clicking on the number. You can scroll through the older versions of your posts by using the scroll bar. And you can compare 2 different versions by checking this box. If you want to restore a previous version, you can scroll to it and then click Restore this version, revision. But if not, you can click the Go to Editor button and go back to your post. And that's all for this week. Be sure to complete the assigned tasks and the short answer questions on your assignment sheet. As always, if you have any questions, please email me.